you know, obviously the weekend was TwitchCon's weekend. That's why a lot of us weren't there, and we ended up having to pick our badges up on Fridays. Or you could have done it on Saturday as well, but we opted to do it on Friday and already meet up with a bunch of people like Shadow Zero Soul, Esudic, Josepher, who was sleeping over at SU's, and a bunch of others as well as Alpsters and Brand Online. It was great actually. And so I think badge pickup was supposed to start around 12 was it supposed to be. And so I thought I was well on time, right? I was like, I'm not gonna be like too early because I didn't want to wait in line for a really long time. I was like, how many people are gonna be here on Friday anyway? So I was, I think, at Amsterdam Rai, which is the station that is reading basically next to it, at around like I think it was 11:15 or something. So in my head I was like, 45 minutes ahead of time, it's gonna be fine. And then I was already starting to get messages from Esutic and Shadow, like, oh, you should probably make your way here soon. It's really getting full already. Like the people are starting to queue up. I was like, yeah, I'm on my way. So I'll show you real quick what that looked like. I didn't take a lot of pictures, but I took a few. So obviously that's the three of us. So Etsu, myself, and then Shadow. I was really lucky to run into Shadow actually. He was basically like coming up to me like, hey, Ash. And I was like, wait, what? I already got recognized. I was like, no way. And I was like, oh, it's Shadow. And as you can see by the amount of people that are there, I mean, this says affiliate badge pickup, right? And this is community, by the way. There was different lanes for community, partner, and affiliate. Affiliate was down the middle. It was sort of the mid portion of the people as well. Community was way big, and then obviously there was not as many Twitch partners. Yeah, so that's the three of us just waiting in queue. You can't really tell right now here, but it was actually really warm. I'm so happy that I was wearing cotton as a shirt, because, you know, sweat stains and everything don't show as bad. But yeah, as you can see kind of on Shadow's glasses, right, because they're reflective, that the sun is like just behind the clouds now, but it was actually really warm. I don't know if you can tell, but I did get quite a tan because I was like really red the first day, and then you can already tell by Asu as well a little bit. She's getting a little bit red too. But yeah, so Shadow basically picks me up from like just coming around the corner, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Because Asu was there early, and so I ended up here basically. To my right and below, this is a picture I took. So this is like the partner queue, and all this snaking here is all affiliate. And then to the more to the right side was the pickup for partners, no, for a community, for everybody else basically who isn't affiliate or partner. And so it wasn't that bad, but we stood there for a while. Like, it was at that point it was like 15 past 12 or something, and badge pickup was supposed to start at 12. But for some reason, because there was this, here's my badge by the way, there was this QR code on here, right? And you had this QR code that matches that one basically on your phone via email if you ordered the ticket. But for some reason their system scanner didn't really work, and it wouldn't allow them to print them or something. It was really annoying, and so they finally got it to work, and then the queue started moving. But this is pretty much what I skipped. Look at all these people. It's ridiculous. So basically I came from through here, like there's a pathway sort of off to the right side of the screen that you can't really see right now. But I just came through here, and this is sort of where Shadow saw me. That was before all these people started queuing up here. This was kind of when the line started to slowly move. And so he basically fetched me from here, and I stood in line. I think we cut through somewhere here, just behind chat where you guys are pretty much are. So I was basically around the affiliate badge is where I cut the line, and it was already running all the way across. If I were to stand in line where I'm supposed to, I was already gonna be way back here where the stairs are kind of up here, but then behind that. all the way. So thank God for them. Absolute beasts. Yeah, so that was the badge pickup experience. And so we had our badges, but we were still kind of waiting for Bran and Alpsters. Bran online, by the way, and Alpsters you probably know, right? Obviously me, Shadow, just talking to some people. And you can kind of tell right here. So this is the main entrance of the venue, right here. This was closed off, by the way, because it was Friday and it was only badge pickup day. You can kind of see here, this is where the community queue started at some point. So all the way from here, under this thing, it looped around the tent system. The full length of this building was covered, by the way, the whole side. And then it looped around. It was crazy. There was a lot of waiting, even on Friday, just picking up badges. But yeah, so this is kind of the front square in front of the venue, and most of it went through here the day after. Then we decided to have some beers because it was really warm. We were like, yeah, let's just, you know, while we wait for some people. Obviously me. This photo was taken by Shadow, by the way. So Shadow's sitting here. Josepher is off to his right, so across from me, and this is Esu, and we're just having a beer. This is like Eiwit. It's like kind of a nice craft beer, kind of a little sweeter, bit heavier. But yeah, really nice. We sat in the shade. Ended up also running into Charissa, I think. Is a friend of Esu's from the WoW era. She knew her. Really cool girl, Irish. Lives in Amsterdam though, I think. And yeah, whilst we were raiding on the square as well. This is me, obviously. This is Alpsters. You can't really tell, but that's Alps. He has like the fancy Italian shoes on. He got blisters. His feet started turning purple and red while wearing these things. And this is Bran online, also wearing new shoes, by the way, never wore before, which was an absolute mistake. He told me about it as well. Like, he at some point started walking like an old man a little bit. And then this is Joseph. Absolutely, like, such lovely people, honestly. I hope that they were as kind as I thought they were, but they actually are. Like, they were so nice. It's just lovely meeting up with them and connecting to them, because I feel like we genuinely build a connection with all the people that I met through TwitchCon, by the way, this weekend. It was absolutely phenomenal. That was one of the reasons why I went to TwitchCon, just to meet up with other people, community members, mods, but also definitely other streamers. And you know, it was lovely. It was better than I could have hoped for, honestly. Yeah, and then we decided to all have lunch with a few people. So obviously Alpsters, Bran online, myself, Shadow, Esu. But yeah, really nice. You know, most of them had like garbage food. I opted to go for, I don't know what I had, like a, oh yeah, like a hummus bread or something. It was kind of nice, but a lot of burgers and fries this weekend were ordered. I did not have any meat. I didn't cheat. Didn't have to, because it's Amsterdam. They have a lot of options. But yeah, so we sat down, had a few beers again. There's a lot of alcohol this weekend as well. But yeah, it was a good time. Definitely a good time. And that's pretty much what I have to show of Friday, because I didn't take a lot of pictures myself. A lot of pictures were taken of me, but not so necessarily on Friday. And so we ended up going into the city, into Amsterdam after that. Had a bite to eat. Which was that little place, and then we decided to go to the main square, and from Amsterdam Centraal, basically we just headed into town, had quite a few drinks, and at some point I was like, you know what, it's probably a good time for me to go, because I want to attend the con tomorrow, and you know, have a semi-decent sleep. I think I was home at around, like, I want to say 12, little past 12, like 1ish or so. But they ended up going until like 5 in the morning, like because we also met up with Riley Rars, who's also another FF streamer, and basically she sent, I think at like 5 in the morning, like, oh, we're finally in Amsterdam, you know, because they were coming in with a train from Brussels, I think, Belgium. And she sent in the group chat that we had on Discord, like, oh, finally arrived. Good morning, everybody. You know, very excited to meet you all. And then Shadow at the same time was like, good night, because he just arrived at his hotel, going to bed. The next day, Saturday, actually, first day of the con. I think I was the only one who made it to the opening ceremony because of that. Esther was a little bit late. She barely, well, she didn't get in because it was, I think this theater could hold 60,000 people, and it filled up so quickly. So this is basically the Glitch Theater, which is one of the main stages that they had. They had a few stages. Like there was Nom Nom stage, there was Glitch Theater, there was Creator Camp, there was the main Expo hall. Obviously, there was the main Welcome hall where they had live music playing the whole time as well. It was really big, actually. I've never been to the Rai for any convention, but it's a big space and overall pretty good air conditioning, thank God. But yeah, so what you're seeing right here is just the countdown before the opening event. This guy is called Sax Dragon, as in like saxophone player. Really nice to listen to, actually, because all of these people are actually Twitch streamers in the music category. And so he put together, because this is an international crew. I think the bass player was Dutch. The drummer, I don't know where he's from. This guy's, I think it was Korean, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, really good on keyboard. All of them played the solo at some point as well. And I think this is a Spanish guitar player, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, really good sounding music, really nice introduction, and sort of, you know, as you can see, the room's packed. And then we got spoken to by one of the co-founders of Twitch, and he gave us a bunch of stats, like, you know, of course the last con was 2019 before this one, so a lot of new affiliates, partners, but overall users as well. Obviously, part of that is also due to COVID, you know, people being stuck from home at home, so streaming, watching streams from home. There's a bunch of stats. They also gave a big introduction to some of the new things that they were going to introduce and roll out to a select few to sort of have like a beta test that had to do with safety and all sorts of stuff. Hey Rain, sorry, I'm in the middle of the story. But hi, welcome in. How are you? I hope you've been great. I saw a Twitter post that had me a bit concerned. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, so there was the co-host, or the co-owner or co-founder actually of Twitch, who spoke to us, basically giving a bunch of stuff, like the plans that they have. So one of the main things I think that I took away from that is that they are going to roll out the ad program for affiliates as well, which is what I am. I don't know, can you guys read this? I don't know how sharp this is. But yeah, so that says affiliate, and then up there is obviously my username, Ash Beyond Gaming. Really cool that this is how that worked, by the way, because affiliate ones had a little red bar here, or it's more like a hot pink, I guess, like a redberry red or something, raspberry red. Sorry. Partners had deep blue. The community was like a light pink, and then there was a bunch of other stuff like. Yeah, it's more like a raspberry red. I don't know if you can see. But yeah, really smart system. And then speakers had like a megaphone next to theirs, and people that were like sponsored had different stuff. It was quite interesting. Easy to identify as well. Yeah, so he spoke about the I guess it was a program for ads that is now going to also come to affiliates. So if I wanted to opt into that, I could. And I think you still get a 55% cut. So that's like financially quite interesting developments that they had. And then there was also the community manager of Twitch. I can't remember her name, but she's really lovely. Nice dress and nice voice also. Yeah, overall I would say the going to this introduction or like opening ceremony was really worth it, because everybody got excited. I sat next to a guy who basically bought TwitchCon tickets just to get to see the High Roller prelude, because High Rollers had their prelude live in this same theater, by the way. I didn't go there, but I was like, I'll watch that back at some point if I want to see it. But yeah, so he basically bought a 2-day ticket just to see the high rollers. Also, real quick, one of the things that we have new now, guys, is we can play Plinko. Look at that. A little mini game. That's one of the things that I went to a bunch of creator camps, but I'll talk about that later. And this is one of the things that they were doing, like a little Plinko game. There she is. I find it very funny. It's not too intrusive because it's just in the bottom down there, right? But yeah, so that was the introduction or the opening ceremony. That was quite cool. Went to a bunch of creator camps. She was really nice, actually. I'll get you guys her name later, but she did a good job of like giving us good information. This was called Path to Creator, no, Path to Partner, I think. And so there was a bunch of streamers basically giving presentations to others, you know, teaching them how to do better. And I just took a quick shot of what it looked like. This room was really uncomfortable, by the way. This was because I guess they didn't expect so many people to come to these types of things where you would actually learn something and study basically on the com. But this was really full really quickly, and one of the few parts of the venue that didn't have air conditioning. So we were kind of dying at some point there. But very informative. I took a lot of notes. Like I was such a nerd. I bought this little thing because there was a no bag policy. And so I ended up like having to basically roll this up in my fanny pack like this, jam it in there with a pen, and then was able to take notes. Yeah, a bunch of notes of stuff that I want to get better at and stuff. Then what else? Oh yeah, we ended up. This was actually still on Friday, so this is a photo with myself, Esu, Josepher, and Shadow. Still Friday, I believe. Yeah, Josepher, myself, Esutic, Alpsters, Bran, and then Shadow. Shadow was doing the FF14, you know, the new ta-da, the presentation emote. But all of them were lovely. Joseph is hysterical, by the way. He's so funny and a lovely person. Had a good time talking to Esu as well. Alpus and Bran, they're just bros, honestly. And then Shadow is actually a really good mate now as well. Just really lovely connecting to these people. So this is what the Expo hall looked like. I really almost took no pictures at all myself. So yeah, I this is not really at all what it looked like. As in, this is only a really small part of it. But here you can see sort of the scale of it. So this was the Cooler Master booth, and there's like this runs like I think it like 6 booths off to the left side. This is sort of where you came into the Expo hall. There was a bunch of games set up to try, but they obviously all had queues. There was a mechanical bull, I think, on the Razer stand. Sega had a big stand, but it was invite only, so it was mainly only partners that got invited into there. So I didn't really get to do that. But, you know, there's a bunch of goodies that you could get. Stuff like this from the Sega booth. It's like a little pin. Hyenas. And then we all got a drinking bottle as well. Twitch drinking bottle. Because again, there was no backpack policy, so we couldn't bring our own backpacks, which is kind of crazy. I was really worried, and then thank God they gave us little rucksacks or a little water bottles to carry in that little sack. But yeah, so this is I think maybe 1/10, 1/12 of the venue. It was really big, really high, and thank God the air conditioning in here was really, really good. So it was not really that warm. And then I randomly ran into Mousy as well. She's lovely, by the way. I guess her chat goes too quickly because every time I see her, I'm online, or when she's online, I'm in her chat. It's really hard to talk to her, but she's really short, a lot shorter than I thought she was. I mean, Mousy, the name kind of, I guess, says it all. But she was really nice. She was really lovely. Really cute outfit as well that day, like a white dress. And just randomly on this, so this is the main expo hall. I was like, passing by, I was like, I know that face. And I was like, Mousy. And she like was a bit like, she almost jumped a little bit. She was like, whoa, what? I'm like, I'm Ash. I was like, oh yeah, I sort of recognize you. What's up? So I was like, yeah, let's go take a quick selfie. But unfortunately, she was very strung up by the Yogscast because I think Lewis was there from the Yogscast and a bunch of other people that are signed with them. And obviously with events like this, they're under contract, so they have to do a lot of stuff. Half of it she didn't know about. Like she was like, I'm supposed to go here for a panel, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just supposed to show up. And so I think she was a bit overwhelmed. But yeah, took this photo. I think she really cute there. Yeah, and did a bunch of these creator camps just to learn a lot of stuff. One about path to partner, one about creating engaging streams. Yeah, learned a bunch. Also one about how to talk to PR people to get like free game codes and sort of, you know, put yourself out there, I guess, as a streamer. Be like, hey, if you want me to, you know, promote your game, push your game, I'm really excited for it. Could you give me a code? Got a few connections there as well, like email addresses and websites to visit. Follow a few of them on Twitter now as well. So that will be helpful. Hopefully we might be able to in the future try out some new games. Yeah, Saturday we ended up drinking a lot, like a lot. I think I was home at like 5 in the morning or something, and I saw the sun rise already, so I had to sleep with a sleeping mask on. Everybody pretty much got pretty drunk, and yeah, I slept for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. And then this Sunday was probably where I met most new people, because we ended up putting out a tweet tagging a bunch of our friends that we already met, like Josepher, Alpsters, Bran, Mousy, and others, to be like, hey, should we do like maybe a mini FF14 community meetup with like mods, players, streamers, and everybody? So we just picked the zone. It's called the offline zone, and just saw how many people would want to come there to meet up at like 2 p.m. or something. And so we ended up getting quite a few people together. This one. Obviously Alpsters, Mousy. So this is Riley Rar. She's lovely actually. She's from America, but she lives in Belgium. And then next to her is, I have to say her name right. She's really nice as well. German FF streamer, or at least she's going through FF right now. Oh, Chuki. Yeah, Chuki is her name. So she's in Endwalker right. Yeah, she's in Endwalker right now, I think. I think so, yeah. She's in Endwalker. She's just at the moon part. So we both had to avoid the spoilers of the rest of Endwalker. But yeah, so Alpsters, Mousy, Riley, Chuki. This girl is, what's her name? She just followed me as well. Hold on. Eloa Wendy, that's her name. Big MMO fanatic. Started playing FF now recently, and I think she's the community manager for a game called Embers Adrift, and we talked about that a little bit as well together. Seems like a interesting game, and she's the community manager of that. Really cool. French-speaking Belgium woman. Ended up coming out with us the night as well. It was really nice. This is the boyfriend, or at least partner, of Chuki. Really nice guy, Dutch guy. They live together in Germany. Esu, myself, of course, with my happy face. I was wearing an outfit, by the way. I was wearing leggings this day, believe it or not. Didn't catch their name. They're a player. Mostly Genshin Impact, but played FF back in the day. But don't really know their name. This person was tied to her, to Eloa, but I don't exactly know who they were because I didn't really get to talk to them. They kind of kept their distance. Shadow, again, Josepher, another partner streamer, but I didn't really get to talk to him either. But he looks like an absolute chiller. So that was nice. That was just all the people that came out initially. And then we ended up taking more photos because some other people joined. We just sat on the staircase and took this picture. And I think we were told to do a funny look, so that's why Joe's doing that for some reason. I don't know, I'm just smiling. What else? Oh yeah, Twitch Rivals. I only really stayed here a very short time. Because there was just so much to do and see and stuff. But they were doing this game, I think it's called Kung Fu Boomerang or something. Or I don't know, something like it was like kind of funny to watch, I suppose, but we only stayed a little bit. This was really big, this part. This was like the stage and there was all the players. I think this was like part of Twitch Rivals. I missed most of this. Probably the people tuning in from home have seen more of Twitch Rivals than I have. Watched a bit of this and a bit of the N64 race for charity. Simply was there, and I used the only one that I recognized from all the speedrunners. And I think from this, there was the streamer that, or the streamer that plays that racing game. What is it called again? Trackmania. Virtual, I think his name was. That was the only one that I recognized at Twitch Rivals. But I'm not really watching a lot of streams outside of what I play myself, so it makes sense that I don't know all of them. Yeah, so that was what the Twitch Rivals setup looked like. But look at the massive stage lighting, and like that was a production value with this. They did a lot of work on it. And then what else? Oh yeah, and I guess that was mostly my TwitchCon event, just meeting up with a bunch of people. We ended up having to rush for dinner because we had a plan to go to a party boat. And so we started, I think, the plan with renting the party boat for, I don't know how many people it was. I think it was like, we said initially 10, but we ended up being a group of 20 people or something, just randomly coming with. So this was a Argentina restaurant, I think, like a grill place. They were absolute pumpers. They made it happen. Like, we had an hour to eat. Well, no, order, eat, and pay, and be out of there. Because we had, like, I don't know, 8. I think we came in at 7, and 8:20 we had to be somewhere to get on the boat, like on a little dock. You can hardly see me, but I'm sitting right there. This is me. Yeah, so this is like a mix of mods, streamers, viewers, pretty much, you know, really good mix of just people that we ended up meeting and just coming along for it. You want to see the face of Ash and Jane? Well, the thing is, Ash and Jane and Lana specifically mentioned that they didn't want to be captured on photos. So, because they are very shy to be identified on the internet. So you will not, I specifically filtered out the photos that I'm showing here. That's why I prepared this little folder as well. Like TwitchCon and just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because I did not want to sort of spill their identities, right? And I filtered out the photos where they're on, pretty much. I wanted to make sure, you know, they were lovely, by the way. Oh my god, the donuts are amazing, all of them. I genuinely connected with them, but I don't want to out their identities, so I made sure that, you know, I only show pictures where they're either not on or just randomly in a crowd and we don't talk about it. They may have been on some, they may have not. If you were there, you would do the same. What, you wouldn't take a picture with me? No, that's fine. But yeah, this was our group basically that went on to the party boat, and it was amazing. Yeah, so this was dinner. an hour in, rushed, paid the people, and beelined it for the dogs, basically. It was a lot of fun. And then I guess next is where we get on the boat. Where is it? Oh yeah. Somebody took a picture of me. I was actually, I don't know what I have on my lip here. I think it's like oh well, wait, no, that's somebody's nose. I thought this was like a piece of paprika or something from the food, but this is like a nostril. It looks like a cut, right? But this is somebody's nostril. I just realized. I was like, wait, is this? That's not my lip anymore, is it? It's a nostril. Somebody's sitting here behind me. I just realized that. But here I'm giving a toast to, I'm saying something like, you know, to a great weekend, to genuinely connecting to great people. Obviously, our main donut and Bran. We got on a party boat, and just there was drinks, and you had 1.5 hour just coasting through the canal, pretty much. But it was a lovely time. It's such a great idea. And I think this is more shots of it. Yeah. So again, a bunch of people just getting around, and there was like wine and beers. These coolers were absolutely to the brink, full with alcohol. As you can see, we didn't really time it that way, but as you can see, the sun's right here, and it's about to like slowly go down. And it's like, this was our hostess on the boat. She was kind of lovely. Normally, hostess kind of talk you through what you can see on the canal and talk about Amsterdam. We just sat there and drank and talked to each other most of the time. She was just chilling on the phone and having a drink with us and stuff. But yeah, it was a really good time. I loved it. It was such a great idea. What else? Oh yeah, sort of the view, as you can see, sundown, really lovely. So this is sort of what Amsterdam is like throughout. It's really beautiful, by the way. I don't really often go to Amsterdam, but I must say it is very pretty. Yeah, it is lovely. I did not take a lot of photos here. What else? Oh yeah, by night. He almost roared. About what? About the nostril? Also welcome in, Snow. Yeah, so this is by night. I think I was already a few beers down because this is very moved, this picture. I wish it was a better view. But yeah, it's kind of pretty light. I was like, oh, let's stop for a picture. I did enjoy it. Yeah, it was a great time, honestly, the con. Had to take this picture because it was so cute. These two know each other from Bran's stream. She streams, I think. She's just a mod, or at least a viewer. But look how cute these two were. They're very small, both of them, by the way. But they were absolutely having like a bonding moment. And it was, I was walking behind them. I was like, let me take a picture. This is so wholesome. And this is how pretty much the whole group was. Because we're moving from bar to bar now, and we're trying to find a bar that will allow all of us in as a group, which was kind of hard to do, by the way. But I saw this moment, I was like, yes, I'm taking a picture of that. Thought it was rather cute. Yeah, so then it turned into like a bar hop, pretty much. This is, I think, the only picture that was taken inside, and I think she took it. Keep forgetting the name. Oh yeah, Aloha Wendy. She's really nice, by the way. Me and Shadow, obviously. But it's a very moved picture. You can really tell that we're down a few drinks here. This is in some sort of hookah bar. I think this is Alpster maybe here? I'm not sure. But it was a lot of fun. We danced, we had just a magical time, honestly. I'm still smiling. And then the time came when we had to say goodbye. And you guys know, right? You donuts know that recently Lee passed away. And this was the moment where basically, oh man, I'm almost crying telling you guys. Where I told Alsters to be proud of himself. And somebody took a picture of it. I'm sorry. When I saw this picture, I was like, fuck. I told him that Lee was sorry. I told him that Lee was smiling down on him. That he should be proud of what he achieved so far. I didn't realize this picture was being taken. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my god. Yeah. But he's like my baby brother now, honestly. Obviously, we're super drunk here, and look at my hair, holy shit. Yeah, I absolutely love this, man. It's crazy. Sorry, I didn't know I had that much emotion to it, but I feel like we genuinely connected over this weekend with everybody. It was nuts. I'm sorry. Also, hey, Rivenary, we were just... You're okay with being shown on pictures, I hope? This is one of the people that we hung out with a lot. She was also with us on the party boat. But yeah, I genuinely felt a true connection with all these people that I met over the weekend, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was everything that I hoped for and more, to be honest. So here in the middle, that's her. But yeah, I just had an amazing time with everybody, honestly. I was hoping that it was gonna be that, but you never know, right? If people are socially awkward a little bit, but I guess for me, you know, it's quite easy to connect to people, but then if they are sort of like holding it off a little bit, is a little bit back. Or it's a little bit hard to then push through that and sort of puncture through that and help them sort of open up. So yeah, that was sort of, I guess, the recap of my TwitchCon. You're supposed to go to Norway? You didn't because you're too tired. Yeah, everybody was like super tired, I think. But yeah, that was my TwitchCon experience, I suppose. It was absolutely lovely. And I'm sorry I cried just now, but I genuinely felt a connection to all of them, especially Alpsters, but also Bran is an absolute unit. What a lovely guy, by the way. I don't have a lot of pictures of him. Maybe I can look at a few more. I just don't want to show pictures that I shouldn't. I'm gonna be really careful with that. Oh yeah, this is a good one. And I think this is on Twitter already. Look at these two. Obviously Alf Brand, and then that's Saturday actually. She also streams. Lovely person, by the way. Genshin player. Really funny person as well. Oh my god, she's hilarious, hysterical. Yeah, no, I know. It's just, you know, I didn't expect it to happen, but I genuinely felt that way. Do we have more pictures? I'm not really in this. My outfit is. My legs are. This is our main troll, of course. Shadow, Alsters, and you can see sort of a bit of Joesphere. This is my outfit, by the way. I love this jacket. Let me go grab that real quick. And this is Shy. It's one of the Alpsters. No, not Alpsters. Brand's mods. She's lovely, by the way. She was giving everybody candy. It was a lot of fun. Do we have more pictures that I can show? This is another woman in the bathroom. Obviously, I was not here, but look at these. They were like bonding as well. They were doing their thing in the bathroom, just chilling out. It's just, Looking back on this weekend, it was amazing. I cannot wait for next TwitchCon. And we said to each other, we don't want to wait an entire year to do another meetup. So we might be able to do something in between as well. Like, I don't know, maybe a Final Fantasy Fan Fest if that's earlier this year somewhere. We have to do something. Here's another angle of the boat picture where I was basically holding up my drink and cheering and stuff. Look how beautiful this light is, by the way. Oh my gosh. Once the tickets are out for FanFest here, I'm buying them. Yeah, we all feel the same way, kind of, about that. Yeah, that was on the boat. Party boat was such a great idea. I had the best time ever on that. I think everybody did, honestly. It's not the best one, quality-wise, because it's taken like a phone. But yeah, this is how we sat. This is the only way we could fit like 22 people eating, or like 20 people, I think, eating. So this is a bunch of... Look at my cheeky smile. I didn't even realize that I realized the picture was taken. Look at this pose. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a good time. Just really quick though, because they were here first, or getting us the table. And then we had to order later. It was a bit rushed, all in all, but yeah, really good time. Good food too. Yeah, and that's pretty much all the photos that I have. I guess this is also pretty much a cool one, because I feel like this is the lads, you know, this is the boys. Even though this is before the con, so I was wearing kind of my normal outfit, I suppose, you know, just a casual wear. I'll go grab my my jacket, because I thrifted that thing a while ago and I was like, I'm gonna wear that. This was pretty much the jacket. Look at how fire this thing is. It's like rainbow colors, and then has golden buttons on the front. It barely fits my arms. Like I can wear it up to here, but yeah, I'm not gonna wear it right now. Yeah, that was the fit with some leggings. I was like, yeah, fuck it, you know, we should normalize wearing a bit of outfits like that, I think. Yeah, right? I love it too. Joseph here is giving me a lot of compliments, and he was like, I'm jealous of that. I was like, yes. But yeah, so that was overall the... You don't know him? He's an absolute beautiful man. I love that guy. I love each and every one that I met over the weekend, honestly. It's just overall such a good time. It's hard to explain, but I feel like I made a genuine connection to everyone that I talked to. And they were all either part of the FF14 community or Genshin through Bran. And so I may have installed Genshin, because kind of Bran talked me into it. So we have Genshin in here. So we might be playing that at some point as well. Apparently you are able to play that without spending a lot of money, and I'm gonna try and attempt that at some point. Yeah, I'm not gonna be a whale. Yeah, that was also my fear. Exactly. But yeah. So yeah, TwitchCon, definitely worth it. Definitely going next year. I suspect the next one will be in Spain, given how many Spanish streamers there are and how big and popular they are. I highly suspect that it will be in Spain. I'm not gonna play Genshin now, but I might in the future, yeah. But yeah, definitely buying tickets for next year. Absolute blast, so worth it. Might have to go to Final Fantasy Fest Europe. Might have to find another way to do a meetup, honestly, like just a random streamer meetup and get an Airbnb and get together kind of thing. I'm also going thrift shopping with Asu and maybe Shadow at some point, because Asu was also like, damn, I love that jacket. And I was like, yeah, thrift shopping's great. We should do it sometime. And so, kind of cool. So yeah, this main takeaway, event was amazing. The setup was good. The venue was amazing. Rai really provided. And on top of that, I made a genuine connection with people, and it was more than what I hoped for.